Hello everyone, I wanted to talk about the reasons why Lucasfilm decanonized the expanded universe and why those reasons are utter complete bullcrap. Now a lot of fans, specifically EU haters, have a lot of theories as to why they did it. Like, oh, because it was full of contradictions. Which it wasn't. Read the Essential Reader's Companion, you'll know that it wasn't. Or because, oh, it'd be too hard to fit a sequel trilogy with the existing expanded universe material. They'd have to explain every single thing that happened. Which, no, they wouldn't have to. Now, I might go into that another day and talk about those things another time. But I want to talk about the official reasons Lucasfilm said they decanonized the EU. Alright, so the first reason why they discontinued the EU, according to them, was because of Chewbacca's death. Now, they recently said this, or they being Lucasfilm, said this a few months ago, maybe in February or January, I don't know. And what boggles my mind is they wanted to bring back Chewbacca so he would be in the sequel trilogy, but yet they kill off Han and Luke. It's hypocrisy at its finest. And completely nonsensical. Why bring back Chewie just to kill off Han and Luke? I mean, I already did a video covering Chewbacca's death and the people who bitch and whine about that. But it just boggles my mind. Chewie had a much more impactful and heroic death than Han and Luke. I mean, you could argue that Luke died a hero, but he was a coward in TLJ. Chewbacca wasn't when he died. He died a hero. So yeah, that's utter bullshit. Why do that just to kill off Han and Luke? It just... Okay, the next reason why they said they decanonized the expanded universe, you know, at the time, this next reason made sense to me. This was before Episode 7 came out. They said, oh, so we can give the writers maximum creative freedom to tell whatever story they want. And I thought, alright, that makes sense. They want to tell something completely different from the expanded universe. You know, that's a perfectly reasonable reason. However, Lucasfilm utterly lied. It just infuriates me. Why get rid of the expanded universe just to rip it off in the end? It just boggles my mind even more. It pisses me off even more than the last reason. They had the perfect opportunity to have creative freedom, and, you know, they just completely ignored it. Oh my gosh. Like, they ripped off so much stuff from the expanded universe. They ripped off a lot of things people complained about in the expanded universe. For example, in the idea that the Imperial Remnant had, you know, a super weapon or super weapons that were more destructive than the Death Star itself. And here they have Starkiller Base, which is a super weapon more destructive than the Death Star. And that has been done in the EU to death. And those same people... I mean, I'll talk about this in another video. What else? The idea that Han and Leia have a son who falls to the dark side and is seduced to the dark side by a powerful dark side force. That has been done over a decade ago with Jason Solo. So, for those of you who think Kylo Ren's such an original idea, he isn't. There was a story like the one he was going through, but much more fleshed out and much better. Also, things like plot elements from Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast. The villain of Jedi Outcast, Desan, basically does similar things Kylo Ren does. For example, he falls to the dark side. He struggles with it, kills some of Luke's students. He doesn't wipe out Luke's Jedi Order like Kylo Ren does, but yeah, after killing his students, he runs away, joins the remnants of the Empire. Yeah, he runs away, joins the remnants of the Empire, and creates his own dark side faction, the Reborn. Kylo Ren does something similar, except he creates the Knights of Ren. And it just boggles my mind. And there's so much other stuff they've been ripping off from the expanded universe, including like the Inquisitors, the ISB, Imperial Security Bureau, things like the planet Malachor. In fact, the First Order is also a ripoff of the Imperial Remnant as well. They're also bringing new Legends characters, their versions of Legends characters, into the new canon, like Grand Admiral Thrawn, for example. They even did that with Jackson the Rabbit, who you EU haters like to bitch and complain about. You people no longer have a right to complain about him in Legends because he's part of the new canon too. So yeah, what was the point of getting rid of the expanded universe for creative freedom? Just to rip it off? And that's one of my biggest criticisms about the new canon. They're just continuing to use the EU as a crutch to prop themselves up instead of, creating something original. And it's infuriating. So, I guess that's all I have to say about this subject. So what do you people think? Why do you think Lucasfilm decanonized the expanded universe? What do you think of those reasons? Do you think those reasons are perfectly reasonable? Or do you think those reasons are utter bullshit like I do? Let me know, and have a good day, people.